We are not going to stop speaking about this topic because I sense that we are getting very close because they are very angry. And we should recap very quickly the verifiable lies that we have thus far been told by Turning Point USA themselves.
Erika Kirk is reportedly spiraling as Candace Owens begins publicly breaking down step by step what she claims were Erika's calculated efforts to get close to Charlie. In Candace's telling, none of it was accidental or harmless. Every introduction, every shared photo on stage, every chance encounter at political events is reframed as part of a long-term plan designed to embed Erika into Charlie's world and the influence that came with his name. Candace isn't speaking in vague terms either. She's outlining what she believes was a very specific roadmap, where Erika went, which circles she entered, who she aligned herself with, and how each connection conveniently elevated her position. The implication is obvious. Then Candace names someone that sends the conversation into overdrive, Tyler Bowyer. In this version of events, Tyler was by Erika's side long before the public really noticed her. Many people point to a Trump rally as the first moment they appeared together publicly, but Candace and her supporters claim the real connection began long before that, off camera. From there, it allegedly expanded beyond public sightings into private conversations, discreet meetings, and a relationship that was already firmly established. According to critics, Tyler then becomes the key link. He's described as the person who helped place Erika in the same spaces as Charlie, setting up introductions, keeping her visible, ensuring she stayed close and relevant. To those watching closely, this doesn't resemble a spontaneous romance. It looks intentional, like positioning, like a slow, strategic entry into Charlie's personal life and public spotlight. That's why many are now saying Tyler shouldn't be dismissed as a minor figure. They believe his involvement deserves serious scrutiny, his connections examined, his influence over access to Charlie questioned, and Candace has made it clear she isn't backing away. In her view, this is about uncovering what truly happened around Charlie and seeking justice for someone she publicly referred to as her brother. But that's not where it stops. This story extends beyond Erika and Tyler. There were others present, more people in those rooms, more familiar faces lingering in the background, and according to some of the most skeptical voices online, not all of them were hoping for Charlie's success. Some, they claim, wanted a very different ending, and that's where things get even darker.
She runs a few companies like E3 Tech, AZ Tech, and G Tech.
People say you were actually a Mossad agent sitting in front of me, and you were Charlie's handler, and Israel killed Charlie.
As a Christian and as a man, is standing firm in what you believe in. In 2021, I enlisted into the military. As far as
Thank you for your service.
A new allegation has started circulating, and this one stands apart. According to claims attributed to a military source, Erika Kirk's mother may have been quietly monitoring Charlie, not supporting him, not attending events as family, but observing him. If true, it raises a question many have been asking for months. How much of what the public saw was genuine and how much was carefully staged? Let's rewind to 2022. Erika shared a birthday post honoring her mother, Lori France 5. The message portrayed a close, affectionate family dynamic. She described a strong, loving relationship between her mother and Charlie, supportive, trusting, united. It was the image of a happy, connected family. That was the version presented to the public.
And I want to be able to have one thing left that is sacred to our family, to my in-laws, to my babies, and to my parents. One thing.
Now, a very different narrative is being discussed. According to this same military source, Erika's mother wasn't simply part of Charlie's life in a warm, supportive role. Instead, she was allegedly present at his events without engaging, standing back, watching quietly. What makes this claim even more unsettling is that there's reportedly no public record confirming her attendance. That leads to another question. Was her presence intentionally kept discreet? People are asking why Erika's mother would attend events solely to observe Charlie. Was it coincidence, maternal concern, or was there something more deliberate happening behind the scenes? Those discussing the claim suggest it may have been done on Erika's behalf, but for what purpose and what exactly was being monitored? Beyond this point, everything enters speculative territory. Still, it's speculation that many feel compelled to examine because so much surrounding Erika Kirk has appeared calculated, tightly controlled, and inconsistent. For years, online rumors have linked Erika to intelligence intelligence agencies, with some even mentioning MSAD. To be clear, there is no evidence supporting these claims. They remain rumors, but they've circulated long enough and loudly enough that each new allegation causes people to revisit the past with fresh skepticism.
People say you were actually a Mossad agent sitting in front of me, and you were Charlie's handler, and Israel killed Charlie.
One of the most enduring theories suggests that Erika may not have been Charlie's partner in the traditional sense, but rather someone acting as a handler, guiding, managing, or monitoring him. This theory is drawn from her behavior, the timing of events, and how things unfolded after his death. If there's any truth to that idea, then the possibility of her mother quietly observing Charlie wouldn't be shocking at all. It would be tactical. Consider what happened after Charlie passed away. Erika moved into the public eye almost immediately. Appearances were scheduled, choices were made, platforms were secured, everything unfolded at a rapid pace. To many observers, it didn't feel natural. It felt like momentum that was already building, as if plans had been laid well before his death.
It's the little things, and I know that people who have experienced loss totally understand what I'm saying. It's the small things that just get.
Think about how most people respond to loss. They need time, space, a chance to grieve and process what comes next. Erika, however, stepped forward quickly, speaking publicly, making appearances, taking charge. Everyone handles grief differently, but the speed and confidence of it all struck many as unusual. It didn't feel raw, it felt prepared. People noticed how her public presence didn't align with what they expected from someone in mourning. Some even compared her entrances to professional wrestling moments, high energy, dramatic lighting, and in some cases, fireworks. It made people uneasy. It felt staged. While grief doesn't follow a single script, the patterns here stood out. To critics, it seemed less like mourning and more like a carefully orchestrated launch. Then came the wardrobe changes, the styling shifts, the apparent rebrand. Commenters pointed out that her look didn't signal loss. It signaled transformation. Again, grief varies. But when you add together the timing, the constant visibility, and the controlled presentation, it begins to resemble strategy rather than sorrow. What adds weight to these concerns is who Charlie Kirk was. He wasn't just a media figure, he was deeply respected within military and veteran communities. He showed up consistently, visiting bases, attending veteran events, forming real relationships. His involvement wasn't for show. It was sincere, and when he died, those communities felt it deeply.
I just want to say, one of my core values as a Christian and as a man is standing firm in what you believe in. In 2021, I enlisted into the military.
The military community is highly perceptive. They know the difference between performative support and genuine care. And Charlie, by all accounts, genuinely cared. That's why his death hit so hard. And that's why allegations that someone close to him may have been quietly watching or tracking him feel like a profound betrayal. When claims surface suggesting he may have been monitored, it moves beyond personal drama. It becomes something far more serious. It raises questions about who was around him, what their intentions were, and whether those closest to him were protecting him or observing him. This also isn't the first time Erika's narrative has shifted. She has allegedly claimed that she had little dating history before Charlie, yet Stephanie, Charlie's sister, has stated that Erika had 2 previous boyfriends. Then there's Tyler Massey, a past relationship that resurfaced complete with photos, timelines, and documentation. So which version is accurate? When stories change depending on the source, people notice. And when family members challenge the official account, it becomes difficult to dismiss those inconsistencies as harmless. Some may ask why her dating history matters. It matters because this isn't about relationships, it's about narrative control. It's about shaping a story to appear a certain way. Real life is complicated and imperfect, but when someone repeatedly presents a version of events that feels overly polished and managed, trust begins to erode.
I lived out here. I was here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast. I personally would rather have coffee or brunch with someone than going, I don't drink. I find it unproductive, not because I'm holier than whatever. I just don't operate that way.
Okay, that's good.
But I always thought it was very strange how she would go to drinks with one guy and then go to dinner with another. So expecting to marry someone that I was blessed with, like a Charlie, you have to be the type of woman that will attract a Charlie.
Investigators say Erika Kirk's own mother, Lori Fransby, allegedly sits on Superfeet's board. The odds of that coincidence? Astronomical. One researcher called it a 22 billion to 1 alignment of interests. At the top of Superfeet sits Tyler Bowyer, a senior Turning Point insider. And if reports are true, that means the data of American citizens may have been routed through a foreign registered company run by the same people shaping their politics.
Then there's the issue of fear. Erika has said that Charlie wasn't afraid before his death. Candace Owens, however, has publicly stated that he was. These are two completely opposing accounts, and neither has been fully explained. So, which is true and why do they conflict? Fear is not a minor detail. If Charlie was afraid, it changes the entire picture. It suggests awareness, it suggests concern, and if he shared those fears with others while his wife insists he had none, that's more than a difference in perspective. It's a direct contradiction. If this military source is accurate, and if Erika's mother truly was attending events quietly to observe Charlie, then this story moves beyond mixed messages and confusing timelines. It enters the territory of potential surveillance, of control, of unanswered questions Erika Kirk has never publicly addressed. People are asking, and the more they ask, the more fragile the official story appears. Was her mother simply a worried parent, or was something more calculated happening behind closed doors? And if it was intentional, who was it meant to serve? And what exactly were they watching for? These are the allegations. These are the conversations happening right now. And these are the questions Erika has yet to answer. The silence speaks volumes, and the longer it continues, the louder the public keeps asking, what really happened? Who truly held the power? And what was Charlie Kirk walking into without fully realizing it? Want the full story and all the details no one else is sharing? Subscribe to Kayla No Black Celeb, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update.